Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. You'll notice that I've uncovered the Allegro because after 3 weeks of it sitting here hiding from all the frosty weather, I want to get it back out again. Just got to get the battery back on, do a fluid check, and we'll see if it starts. Right, all fluids checked, battery connected back up again, so let's see if she'll start. Choke out. In neutral, handbrake on, and first turn of the key. Look at that. You wonderful, wonderful car. That's a sound I've been longing to hear for a few weeks now. The mighty A series. Hey! Oh, she's running like a dream, as I was hoping she would do. I'm just on my way to do some shopping at the moment, and it's a gorgeous day, and I thought I'd try a slightly different camera angle. You'll notice I've tilted it slightly towards the driver's side, so there's a little bit of instrument panel action. So let me know what you think of that. Try this different way of filming. It's so good to be out in this again. I don't regret parking it up just because I knew what the weather was going to be doing. There was all the frost going on for quite a long time. I didn't want this to expose this like unnecessarily to any salt on the roads. Yes, you can still drive them when there's salt on the roads, but it does expose them a little bit. You can wash them, obviously. You can, do a regular wash in the arches and the sills, and that should keep the worst bit off. But it's good to see the weather sort of lifting a bit now, so I'm hoping that I can start using this a bit more now. Bit of a built-up city centre, village centre coming up now, so I'll turn this off so I can concentrate. Joys of classics. Just had a bloke come up to me and talk about this really positively. You don't get that with many cars, so great to see it getting the attention already. If you don't look back at your car when you're walking away from it, there's definitely something wrong. Right, time to go shopping. Right, back home now after shopping. Next job, give this monstrosity a good clean. Let me just give you some close-ups on how dirty this car has become. Bearing in mind I only washed it less than a month ago. This is the reality of winter weather for you, everybody. Deary me. But we're making progress. That's much better. I've not gone for a full-on tyre blackening and polish because at this time of the year there's not much point really. But I'm hoping that stays clean for at least a reasonable amount of time. That's probably wishful thinking given the fact that we're still in January, but they say that fortune favours the positive. Yes, I've just made that up, but I could start a trend. You never know. Get that quote out there. Go on everyone. Fortune favours the positive. Afternoon everybody. So now I've cleaned the Honda, I'm going to pop and visit my grandmother. And on the way I thought we'd have a chat about mental health, something I've been open on the channel before about, and how retro cars like this can help with that. So as I mentioned before, my mental health throughout my life hasn't always been amazing. I'm happy to be open about it because I believe in being open about certain things like that, in the hope that anybody watching this who struggles with mental health might find some comfort in what I'm going to talk about. So the main thing for me really was anxiety, depression and low self-esteem. That was the main things that I struggled with and still do from time to time. things before. I'm more than happy to admit to that, because having therapy is nothing to be ashamed of. And certainly as a bloke as well, there is this stigma around therapy, the fact that it makes people think that you're weak. I think we're more understanding about that now as a society than we used to be. I hope I'm right. But certainly from my point of view, having therapy was really helpful. But you have to also have things in your day-to-day life that are also going to be good for your mental health. And I would say that this car, this humble little Austin Allegro, has been really good for my mental health. And an example of that happened just earlier today that I talked about earlier on in the video. Just parked it up to go shopping, and a middle-aged man came up to me and we had a good chat about Allegros, and he was praising me for the fact that I was keeping it on the road and that I was using it regularly. And this is towards a car that for such a long time was maligned and mocked for being an abject failure. But of course, cooler heads have prevailed since then, and obviously it's got a good following, but it also initiates these really positive conversations. And I've had them with all the car shows I've been to in it the last year, hoping to carry on with that this year. And then just now, as I was leaving home, went past a couple and what looked like to be their young son, about sort of maybe 7 years old, just walking past on the side of the road, and the child started waving at me. And you probably won't know what the car is, but it stands out in a positive way, and just having those nice interactions with people, the Allegro allows for that. But something else I do want to do more this year, well, not more, I've done a couple of things like that before but haven't filmed them, is to actually go on some nice walks around the Nottingham area in this, or in my next car purchase, which should be coming up within the next month or so. Because I believe that certainly having a nice walk is a really good way of improving your mental health, seeing nice things. And it can be just as beneficial if you're on your own, because I, as you know, live on my own, and sometimes it can be a bit lonely. But just having the ability to go out for a drive in something like this, to somewhere nice, does make a lot of difference. And I want to start recording that for you guys. I was going to try and do one tomorrow, but I've noticed the weather is going to be a bit wet, so I probably won't do a video tomorrow, which is partly why I'm doing this one. I want to know your thoughts on that, really, about a video series of going on walks, using a classic car / retro car to get me there. This is always a nice thing to do, isn't it, going past a cyclist? Not got the most response up a hill, this thing. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Mainly a name. I want to call the series a certain name, and I haven't really thought of one yet. So if anyone's got any ideas, then please suggest them, and I'll pick one that I really like. So I think I'll sign off for this video. Thanks very much everybody for watching. Great to have this out again. I've got to throw the cover back over this quickly tomorrow because the rain is looking like something out of the Bible. So I'll have to be quick to beat that, but you know, we're prepared. Hope you have a nice weekend. See you guys very soon. All the best. Look after yourselves.